We are going to immerse ourselves in the conversation and investigate the overall condition of the markets. At this very moment, we are going to receive a statement from Roby Michnik, who worked with good old xrpple in the past, about the case between Ripple and the SEC. Immediately following that, we will provide an update on the current situation of XRP. What will happen to the $29 million worth of XRP? In response to that, you are looking for an answer. Moreover, I would want to bid you farewell, ask you to relax, take a seat, and have pleasure in the performance. In the past 24 hours, the number 629 Bitcoin, there has been a 1.7% gain in Ethereum. An exchange-traded fund ETF with a value of $3,735 is currently trading below the dollar peg at 99, with USDT valued at $1 and XRP valued at XRP. This is according to 19% of all estimations of the market. At the moment, we are trending at 54 cents, which is an increase from 55 cents. It has increased by 4.57% throughout the course of the previous 24 hours. In the cryptocurrency market, which is currently worth $2 trillion and $617 billion, I will demonstrate one of the tokens. I am looking forward to the arrival of that time. At this very time, the XRP moment is drawing near. This is an opportunity that my mother needs to take into consideration when she retires. Currently, she does not have any other things that she can participate in to keep her occupied. The crocheted items that she creates are very stunning. Everything that she creates is handcrafted, which is evidence that she is willing to fulfill demands. It is for this reason that the XRP moans have prepared this for us. You appear to be a little clumsy and forgetful. Through the use of the coupon code XRP, all of you parents out there who might be in need of purchasing a present for your children right now have the opportunity to have handcrafted chips delivered directly to your home in the beautiful city of Naples, Florida. It is currently 20% off, so my mother, you should go check them out. If you haven't given me your complete support, why is that? In order to provide assistance to my mother over these years of her joyful retirement and her recent discovery of handmade crocheted animal items, we will refer to these pieces as customized pieces throughout this time. In the event that this seems to catch your interest, that Dark Defender is currently demonstrating the weekly initial break of 60 cents at target. What takes place? Following that, let us presume that everything goes according to the plan. Currently, we are looking at an 188 on XRP. In order to achieve the following goals before the end of the year, please keep them in mind. Anything that is more than 75 cents, we perform better as we progress higher. As you investigate what lies in store for us at Bull Run in 2025, keep this in mind if you can. What we are discussing is a bull run that is unlike anything you have ever witnessed before. When it occurs, it will be so awful that it will make your face melt and entirely shatter the world. Considering the current circumstances, I am going to make a wild guess as to when it will take place. It is a wild assumption that the case between the SEC and Ripple will be resolved in the near future. There will be a conclusion to the litigation very shortly. Keep in mind that this Jack the Ripper will serve to bring us closer together. The next step is for us to choose Robbie Mitch to be our exclusive guest speaker. The next person to be discussed is Larry Thinking, who lives in BlackRock. Focus your attention on what he has to say. In the event that you intend to engage in money laundering, kindly inform us. Given that you have actually withdrawn the money, it is quite likely that Bitcoin is eligible for ORS coverage. Sure, that makes perfect sense. The cryptocurrency Bitcoin, on the other hand, seems to be the most likely choice for complete openness. In light of the fact that money laundering is most likely the fifth item on the list, why should we focus on Bitcoin in this particular context? This raises the question of why Al Capone has not taken advantage of Bitcoin to its full potential. At this point, I'm going to assume that you are also referring to what Libra is. I was going to make a remark about how I do not believe that this is a cryptocurrency or that it possesses any value that is inherent to it. I, too, do not intend to make use of it. Let's have a conversation about it, since it's very important. Everyone is allowed to keep the floor regarding the idea, and Mark Zuckerberg has announced that he is engaged. In light of the fact that I recently had to buy a new briefcase since my previous one broke, it is essential to forget the first person who created it and the reason for which it was designed. Due to the fact that I was carrying cash, the Los Angeles all jewelry was valid. On the other hand, just as I was ready to sign the electronic document or receipt, they inquired as to whether I would prefer to pay in dollars or euros. Finally, when I checked, I found out that the fee has not changed from 3% to any other amount, which is a stunning finding. Concerningly, the tax rate has not changed from its previous level of 3%. Consequently, taking into consideration the enormous number of people who send cash, it is possible for people who are employed in one country to send money back to their relatives in another country. With the advent of computers and electronic marketplaces, there is a pressing need to democratize the process of exchanging foreign currencies. This might be accomplished through the use of a Libra or through some other method. In most cases, they do it through businesses that charge between 5 and 10%. In addition to the absence of a percentage, there should be 10 basis points and 5 basis points. For this reason, I am convinced that the concept of Libra is logically sound. I am of the opinion that rather than coming up with a brand new currency, we ought to work on developing technology that is capable of instantaneously calibrating all currencies. Who is the one who pays the price for that? And who is the middleman that makes money off of the banks? Bitcoiners point out that this is a step in the right direction for you. At least they get to the point where you mention Libra, but they still leave out several elements that are quite crucial. Bitcoin, knowing that Libra is a blockchain, came to the conclusion that it might need an adequate basket of fiat currencies in order to function properly. Despite the fact that it could appear as though there is nothing contained within, if you were to implement this strategy into each and every transaction, it would be possible to considerably reduce the cost of the transaction. It is none other than Rob Mitchnick, the proprietor of the cryptocurrency, who released the XRP price framework while Susan Anthony and I were having a conversation a few years ago. Mitchnick is responsible for reducing transaction costs, people, and calibrating the coin. According to what assertions did they make, the current exchange rate for XRP should be from $6 to $34. What does he have to say about those in the United States who have some experience with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? There was a considerable percentage of that exposure that was attributed to institutions. The ability of historical institutions to adhere directly to stringent limits was a significant contributor to this phenomenon. In my opinion, this is the reason why exchange-traded funds ETFs have brought about such a significant change in the game by bringing it into parity. When did you most recently go to a location that you visited? Effective turnkey serves as a medium for exposure that is both cost-effective and prompts us to observe the course that institutions are now following. Do you agree that this is very intriguing? It is quite unlikely that this was a coincidence at all. Just where is it? Ripple, South Carolina. Regarding the revelation of information regarding XRP, the SEC has raised an objection in the complaint. Here is where you can read the complete story. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) is opposed to Riverside's request to redact and seal evidence regarding the remedies briefing and documents. You should be aware of this? The Securities and Exchange Commission says that it is against the law for Riverside to try to conceal information about financial and investment sales from the general public. You may be wondering what the cost of XRP is that has jumped by 5%. The document can be found there. As a result, it is very evident that Judge Torres is God. All right, so may God bless her frail little soul. There is no doubt in my mind that a legal dispute will, at some point, be resolved. Your attention is warranted in the event that Ripple is unable to sell XRP to institutions. Everything from the market to the marketplace. I am not worried about it. That being said, I do have one reservation about it. In this regard, we already have a complete comprehension of one facet of XRP, which is concerning security. For what reason was that, well, so important? Initially, a great number of people were of the opinion that we would overlook this bull. The reason for this was that we were